Find the area of the region bounded by the following graphs. You have y equals 1 over x squared, you have y equals 0, aka the x-axis, and x equals 2 and x equals 6. Basically what we're looking at, okay, is if I were to draw this guy out on a coordinate plane, okay, we are looking at y equals 1 over x squared is going to look like this up here and then reappear down there and look like that. Okay, you have y equals 0, which is just the x-axis, just the formula for the x-axis, nothing fancy. Now, by putting this at x equals 2 and x equals 6, we care about the area between 2 and 6, whatever that might look like. So we're looking at something that looks a little something like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to label these two graphs f of x and g of x. Now, if you're drawing this out, try to label the upper graph f of x and the lower graph g of x so that when you do what we're about to do, you'll get a positive area. If for some reason you do this and you get a negative area, you're not wrong. Just make it positive and you'll be just fine. All right, but the formula that we're going to use is going to be the integral from whatever a to whatever b, so in our case 2 to 6, of f of x minus g of x dx. And this is us finding the area between the two curves. So setting this up over here, I decided to call f of x 1 over x squared. So I'm going to have 1 over x squared minus g of x, which is a big fat nothing. Now my limits of integration are going to be 2 and 6 because that's the x values that were given here, dx. Okay. So you do a little bit of integrating. I mean, maybe not yet. Maybe if I wanted to clean this up, I would say between 2 and 6 of 1 over x squared dx. And I don't like the way that looks. So between 2 and 6 of x to the negative 2 dx. Okay. And then that becomes, what is that? Negative 1 over 1. So negative x to the negative 2 plus 1, which is negative 1. Limits are 2 and 6. Okay, so the integral of x to the negative 2 is negative x to the negative 1. Let's clean that up a little bit. Make that look like negative 1 over x with the limits at 2 and 6. Okay, now we'll plug in our limits of integration and do a little bit of mathy math. Negative 1 over 6 minus negative 1 over 2. So I'll keep that negative 1 over 6, negative 1 over 6. We'll make that double negative a positive. We'll make you 3 over 6, giving us, what is that, 2 over 6, giving us 1/3, which is going to be C. So that's how you do that problem. Isn't that fun? So much fun.